Thanks for checking out this film review from the Dead Man's Party podcast. You could find our full archive of every unedited show if you subscribe to The Skeleton Crew on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to support Dead Man's Party on Patreon. Link in the description. Enjoy the review. Welcome back to the third installment of Dead Man's Party's Point Break Month. Make sure you check out Point Break Part 1 and Part 2 before listening to this installment. We hope you enjoy Part 3 of our exciting summer extravaganza. Point Break 1991, Dead Man's Party continues. What's up, bruh? My name is Al. I got my sex wax. My name is Punk, quarterback Punk. Oh. And the little hand says it's time to rock and roll. And I'm here with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Speak into the microphone, Squid Brain.
You're a real blue flame special, aren't you, son? Young, dumb, full of cum. I know. What I don't know is how you got yourself on this podcast. I guess we just must have ourselves an asshole shortage, huh?
Not so far.
Hey! And I'm here with the guy who's gotta go down! What's wrong, Ghoul?
Okay. I'm screwed. I'm gonna go to jail, and I'll pay, and Alex Edwards is gonna get his guy.
Yeah, that knee again. Yeah, this show will be 100% pure adrenaline. Other guys snort for it, some jab a vein, when all you gotta do is listen. Wow, we were really going out with this one.
Nice. No, this is amazing. That was fucking amazing.
Oh, shit.
Bodhi annoyingly rings the doorbell like 17 times. It's like 4 a.m. or something.
That would make me lose my mind.
Beep, 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 beep. It's like, dude, what are you doing? I want to see Patrick Swayze on the other side of that thing, just pressing this button.
Leaves it. Ask Nathaniel.
Hey, 5 foot walls and zeros. Let's go.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Bodhi.
So let's go. Time's wasting. Now.
He does this.
They're going to go surfing in the AM. This is important now. When he opens the door, Bodhi's like leaning like this at the door. He's happy. The other two guys, they're all talking in the background, all carefree. They just barely turn around and look at Johnny. The other guy, one of the guys, you don't even see in the back, and it's a very light, airy shot. And they're gonna go have a good time. And she's like, he does this.
Yeah.
They go surfing, and everyone's all having a good time on the waves. Johnny and Tyler are walking over. Gromit pulls his pants down and moons everybody while he's surfing. And Johnny is like...
Recognize that ass anywhere.
He goes, damn that ass. He goes, I've seen that butthole before. Are these the butthole surfers?
Beautiful.
So he realizes that ass had the words thank you written on them just weeks ago.
That's it, because then it flashes back to...
You look like you've seen a ghost. Forget it, kid. They are ghosts.
Ghosts.
So just think, the entire turning point of this film was a man's ass. How weird is that?
Yeah, just imagine the feeling, though, that Utah had right then when it just clicked. It's like, oh shit, I just broke this fucking thing wide open. Because he knew. He knew. It's like trying to solve a riddle, and when you finally figure it out, it's like, oh, there it is.
Right.
And now he's just got to fucking act on it.
You all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
Forget about it, kid. They're ghosts.
I gotta go.
You got a what?
Listen, I forgot all about a meeting I have this morning, a new client. I got a jam, sorry, really. I'll call you later. So I started trailing him.
To the Zen Surfmaster?
Bodie, yeah. I'm on him all day, right? He goes here, he goes there, he goes to Tower Records, buys some CDs, he has lunch at Patrick's Roadhouse.
That's really
Dude,
funny. Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up. As many motherfucking times as I've seen this movie, that never clicked with me when he says Patrick's Roadhouse. And on this time, I was like, what? Wait, what? Patrick's Roadhouse?
Dude.
That's awesome. I never noticed that before.
He goes into the Assured Trust Savings and Loan.
Did he rob it?
Cute. He's inside 20 minutes. The other guy, Roach, waited in the truck. They were scoping it out, right?
Well, they were scoping it out. They were cashing a check.
Wait. Then they go back to their beach house and they box up all their shit.
Yeah?
See, summer's over. They load it in Bodie's truck and they take it to a public storage unit. And I lost them after that, but the house is empty. They're definitely out of here.
God damn it. Why didn't you call me? They're probably halfway to Maui.
No. They've got to pick up some traveling money first. Assured Trust tomorrow. Next day outside latest. I definitely got a feeling on this.
Well, you got a feeling. Last time you had a feeling, I had to kill a guy. And I hate that. It looks bad on my report.
Angela, I'm right this time. We can still win this one.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, first thing, we'll be at the bank. Like stink on shit.
And then they stake out the bank. It's 10:30 in the morning, and Pappas is hungry already. He says it's lunchtime at 10:30, and he wants 2 meatball sandwiches, which we partook in earlier. It's been so long ago, you probably forgot.
That was like 4 hours ago.
Yeah, I already shit mine out while we were talking.
I still have the other half of mine to eat.
Oh.
Yeah. We're already on to like dinner and everything else.
God. For a Sturkey cemetery. Oh. It's time for lunch.
Angelo, it's 10:30.
Right around that corner, there is a sandwich shop. They sell meatball sandwiches. Best I've ever tasted. Would you go get me 2? Come on, partner. 2. Thank you. Utah, give me 2.
In any other movie, that is a total throwaway line.
Mm-hmm.
Means absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
But it's just the way he delivers it and just his whole body, like leaning out that window and everything.
Yeah.
Utah, give me 2. Just the way he says it. It's just amazing. I don't know why.
Well, even that, even the audio message you sent the other day, Chris, doing like an almost perfect impression of like the, this Calvin Hobbes is funny.
This Calvin Hobbes is funny.
Dude, it sounded just like it. I was fucking scary.
That was amazing.
No, that wasn't as good as fucking Alex's Keanu message yesterday. I am an FBI. The blood, you're called because the blood is leaving your
body, Roach. You're going to be dead soon. I hope it was worth it. You gotta go down.
It's gotta be that way. Oh my God. So he goes to buy the sandwiches. He gets 2 meatball sandwiches, 2 lemonades, and a tuna on whole wheat. And the total is $7.84. And I thought, God damn, that's cheap. 3 sandwiches and 2 drinks. But then I punched it in for inflation, and that's the equivalent to basically $18 today. So that makes a little more sense.
No, it doesn't.
Well, no, I mean, it would be more than that today for sure.
1 sandwich would be like $14.
Where do you go?
It's not like that by you guys?
Well, the place I ordered from last night, granted I ordered for like both my parents and my brother, plus the meatball sub for today. It ended up costing me like fucking $85 overall.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I went to that little mom and pop Italian place in my town and got a meat. It's basically 2 sandwiches, but it was like one big thing, and it was like $12. So
yeah,
but it's like real authentic Italian shit.
Yeah,
Where's Alex? He got swallowed up by the wave.
I also had to pay like $5 for delivery, so that was that. But like, it still was like not like
wow.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap.
Like, I don't ever go to like Subway or any sandwich places like that, so I don't even know what like a foot long costs anymore.
Yeah, I don't do takeout very often, so that's the thing.
Oh yeah, I've never had a lunch that was under $14 in the last 3 years.
I believe that, yeah.
Yeah, never. Like one sandwich is like $12 to $14. So today it would have been all that by me. It would have been about $42, not $7.
I believe that. Yep.
What would it have been before, like in early 2020? It would have been $23. Yeah, times are bad, man. Must have been nice to live in 1991, right?
Makes me want
3 sandwiches and 2 drinks for under $8.
Yeah, makes me want to start robbing banks wearing a president mask.
Yeah, you just have to update the president.
Oh, you have a fucking field day with that.
So we can't skip over when he says, I'm so hungry I could eat the ass end out of a dead rhino. I should have had you get me 3 of these things. I have used that line, I'm so hungry I could eat the ass end out of a dead rhino. I don't know how many fucking times in my life since that point.
Me too.
Countless.
Totally stole it. Nobody ever gets it.
Nope, exactly. Nobody.
So Pappas is so incompetent that while Johnny's buying this food, he doesn't even realize the ex-president's pulled up to rob the bank. They get in, and he's like, "Ah, damn it, you scared me." Just to illustrate how little attention he's paying to anything.
Which is hilarious. Just his reaction right there. Oh, God damn, you scared me. It's so funny. He's great.
And like earlier when he was like, "Oh, you're gonna tear my skin, God damn it!" And it was just over the walkie-talkie, and it was funny.
It's just his delivery, man. God.
So they go on this high-speed chase, which is great for, it's not high budget or anything, but it's just great. It does what it's got to do.
Well, one thing you got to make that I've always noticed, but I'm like, so as soon as they come out of the bank and they get in the car, and then Utah goes FBI freeze, and they notice him.
Roach goes to shoot him, right?
And Bodie knocks his gun away from him.
Bodie stops him. Yep.
Yeah.
He goes, "I got him," and he goes, "No." Now, does Bodie recognize Johnny at that point?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How could he have processed that information that quickly? It's like, wait, someone sees us, and wait a minute, they're cops, and they're right here, and wait, and it's Johnny, and wait, oh, you're gonna shoot him? It seems like a lot.
I know it would have been a mind fuck to see Johnny standing there with a gun saying "freeze FBI," but still.
Yeah,
right. It just seems like a lot to process in 2 seconds.
And this car chase scene is fucking phenomenal.
Oh. The effects they give these cars. I'm like, dude, those cars are not that high performance.
And Roach is such a psychopath that he even stays in character when they're in the car, when it's just them, and he goes, "I think we're losing him."
That is so weird.
Just like Nixon. It's great.
Yeah.
Why would he do that, though? It's fucking hilarious.
Right.
But this is another movie we've watched where there's a scene in a parking garage where people are driving like 100 miles an hour in a fucking parking garage.
We just did it last week in Terminator.
Oh, okay. Well, there's another one.
Yeah, this chase is amazing. They crash into this toll booth after the cars were stuck together. "We got you. You ain't got shit." And Utah goes on foot. The ex-presidents stop at a gas station. Bodie sprays the whole car with fire. First he shoots the gas attendant with gas, and then he goes, "Don't
try do it, man. Don't be stupid. Run."
So Bodie does weird things, but he did let him go. So there's that.
And just the visual of him lighting that fucking gas nozzle and turning it into a fucking flamethrower, basically.
Slow-mo.
And the slow-mo of him just spitting flames all over that car. That is like chilling almost.
That is incredible. He looks so good in that suit and that mask and the fire.
Well, it goes back to fucking mask. They're so unnerving when they're doing this shit.
Especially that Reagan one. I don't know if it's just because I know it's Swayze under there, but yeah, something about that Reagan mask. It's just.
I agree. Yeah, the Reagan one specifically is very fucking.
Do you think it's called because of that music video, Land of Confusion? Wasn't there a Reagan mask in there?
Well, they were puppets.
Right. It's sort of like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
It gives you something in the back of your mind in some way in that sense. So Utah gets the jump on Bodhi. The guys are trying to hold on, but then Papa shows up and starts blowing out their back windshields. Here's what I was going to ask you. So about Papa shooting the windshield, the back window out.
The back window,
Johnny shot out the back window of the other car. Was Johnny totally prepared? He knows it's Bodhi, and he knows it's the guys. He could have shot them in the head. Like, he didn't know he wouldn't.
Well, this factors into the scene after this chase where Pappas brings him into his office and he says,
I want you to know something. When you shoot, you don't miss.
I missed.
No.
When you shoot, you don't miss. See, I thought he was referring to when he was shooting into the air.
It honestly could be both. Like, you spent realistically 2 magazines, you didn't fucking kill anyone, despite the fact that you scored 100% in the beginning.
So you think when he was shooting out the back window, he was deliberately doing it straight down the middle so it wouldn't hit anybody?
See, that's the thing. The movie doesn't really tell you that, which I get, but it leaves like a... If he's really trying to like actually... It's tough to decide, because at this point, you don't know... You're not with like Utah where he is at the end of the movie, where he's like gonna give it up. At this point, you think he
still wants his man, for sure.
Exactly, yeah. And they don't really... Yeah, there's like maybe like a scene or something that they should have done showing him being like a little conflicted with him being on the wrong end of the law versus being for the law kind of thing, I think.
How come when he wasn't shooting them, or how come when they were parked at the gas station, there was no ADR where they were going, man, what the hell's Johnny Utah doing here, dude? Blah, 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 blah. He's a cop? This mother... You know, like, they don't say anything about it. Like, nobody addresses it.
Yeah, they wait till that scene at the campfire.
Yeah, they're in the car and they wait as long as they fucking can for Bodhi to come in, but fucking Utah comes out of nowhere and just like jumps on Bodhi, so they have to get the fuck out of there.
For a guy with a fucked up knee, he can run very well.
Yeah, dude. He jumps on Bodhi and they're rolling around on the ground in those flames. Another great visual
of him patting out the flames as he's running away.
Yeah, Bodhi gets up. He takes off running. He's on fire, literally on fire, just like Michael Myers at the end of Halloween 2. And
I can't anymore.
And I swear to God, this, in my opinion, this is the greatest foot chase scene in movie history. It is fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
And not until last night did I realize, I just thought Johnny had good instincts. You know the reason he was able to follow Bodhi no matter where he went?
Please tell me, because I've never understood that.
Think about it. As soon as he was done and he turned that corner and started running and he was patting himself, all that smoke was billowing from his back. Johnny could smell everywhere he went.
So he was just...
The smoke and the smell. Yeah.
Wow. Never thought about that.
So that was the trail right there.
Yeah, the 4K does a very good job of that.
This chase, they're everywhere. They go running in between houses with openings like the size of those hallways in those Steven Seagal apartment buildings movies, like that are like a foot wide. Just fucking Bodhi's running, and don't forget, Bodhi is running in dress shoes. He's got the full like tuxedo thing on and a mask. Imagine the blisters he's going to get on his fucking heels from those shoes.
Oh, he won't be able to surf for a week.
He's wearing like those like grandpa Reeboks.
New Balance.
I'm not kidding you. No, he's wearing.
Is he really?
Yeah. Or it's yeah. If you look in the beginning.
Oh, wow.
The first robbery, yeah.
Oh, I just always assumed he had on regular dress shoes to go with his tux.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But no, they show him he's wearing those like grandpa-ass Reeboks.
How about when he throws the dog at Johnny and Johnny kicks the dog across the lawn?
Yeah, I was going to say, they go smashing through fence panels. Bodhi blasts that bitch who's watering her yard.
And
fucking smashes
she spins around when she lands on the ground.
Yeah, they're jumping over cars, knocking over trash men, scaling walls. running through people's houses.
Taking a plant and throwing it through sliding doors.
Oh, yeah. Bodhi closes that door and locks it, and dude, Utah doesn't even blink. He grabs that fucking potted plant and just smashes right through that fucking...
And then she smashes him over the head with her vacuum cleaner.
The vacuum cleaner.
Get the fuck out of my house!
The score that's playing through this scene, that chase music,
the score's phenomenal.
Fucking amazing.
And then when Utah gets outside of that house after the vacuum lady, Bodhi's standing there holding a paintball and throws it on him. That is so fucking gangster, dude.
Why is that pitbull letting him hold him?
Yeah, why wouldn't he be fucking biting Bodhi's face?
And why wouldn't Johnny just push it out of the way as it like lands on him? Instead,
he fucking punts it like a football.
That's amazing. So he jumps down this whole... it's almost like the thing in Terminator 2, right, Ghoul? The areas that they were chasing John Connor when he jumps.
It's like the L.A. River or something.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, it's L.A. It's the same place. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same exact.
I guarantee you it was.
100%. Yeah.
So he blows that knee out and he screams, and then Bodhi gives this look back. He's climbing the fence and he's wondering. Johnny, well, he knows something's happening. He just turns back to look at what's going on. He sees Johnny on the ground pointing the gun right at him, and they do a close-up right into his eyes.
The fucking eyes with the mask.
Yeah.
It's so fucking creepy.
Like you can tell he senses Johnny's hesitation to shoot, and he knows, oh shit, I'm actually going to get away here. And that's when he turns and, like, gets the fuck out of there.
At first he knows, oh wait, if he wants to, he could shoot me right now.
Well, yeah, he had him dead to rights.
Right. And his eyes, they look like the ocean inside his eyes. Like the color of Swayze's eyes were crazy in that moment. It's really weird.
This movie is one of the few movies that actually really benefits from that 4K shit.
And a female director.
Yeah, all those facials.
So, yeah, he deliberately just shoots his magazine into the air, screaming, and Bodhi just gets away.
I want you to know something. When you shoot, you don't miss.
I missed.
No. I believe you're either scared or you're getting too goddamn close to the surfing guru buddy of yours. I don't believe you're scared. Hey, I want you to go home and get some rest. You look like hammered shit. And if I get anything that resembles your boy, I'll beep you. Now go home. Yeah.
So, do you know why Johnny became so close to Bodhi? It's not just because he's cool. It's not just that. The reason that this all happened is because Johnny is on his own path of enlightenment and learning to surf. It just like he said to Tyler, I can't explain what I'm feeling. These people provided that key for him to open up into this world and find another part of him that he loves and what is truly inside of him. And it's just like being born again to him. And Bodhi's the one who is doing this for him. So through this is where they get this bond and this kinship. You know, it's through this whole thing. And, you know, like we said, Bodhi seduced him into this lifestyle. And Johnny loves it to the point where at the end of the movie, he says, "You still surfing?" And he goes, "Every day." So this really had a major effect on Johnny. And that's why he can't kill Bodhi.
Right. Because he cares about him. They formed this bond. He just can't bring himself to complete that act.
Right. Now, Chris, we've been recording for a long time. You look like hammered shit. Go home. I mean, you know how many times I stole that line too? You look like hammered shit.
Hammered shit.
Now they've robbed 30 banks in 3 years, and they haven't been able to touch them, they said. So like Ghoul said, they've been saving the Johnny talk for the campfire scene.
You act like nothing happened.
Relax, Nathaniel.
Don't tell me to relax, Bodhi! He's a fucking federal agent! Should have shot him when I had the chance. I'll deal with that fucking cop.
No, Rosie. Do you realize that we have hit 30 banks in 3 years and they haven't been able to touch us? And all this does is up the stakes of the game.
fuck the stakes, Bodhi? I mean, the only person this is a game to is you, man. This is real. I mean, this is serious shit, and I am scared, okay? So I say we get the fuck out of here now, tonight, okay?
Run, you die. Come on, think about it.
This was never about money for us. It was about us against the system. That system that kills the human spirit. We stand for something. To those dead souls inching along the freeways in their metal coffins, we show them that the human spirit is still alive. So you trust me? Okay. Then don't worry about this guy. I know exactly what to do with him.
Meanwhile, it is about money for you guys. You don't want to work. You just want to
have fun and have money.
Right.
Have funds, have fun.
And he goes, it just shows those dead souls inching along the freeways in their metal coffins that the human spirit is still alive. So he thinks that people reading the newspaper and hearing about these robberies, people are going, man, well, there's still some people out there who know how to really live their life.
Well, it's like funny because this scene I love because like each of his like crew people have a moment. Like Bodhi gives his speech, the look on all their faces, they believe in him like so much.
It's almost like a cult.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, and also fuck Rosie again.
Yeah, at the end of all this, they're totally buying into all this again. It's a great scene again. That speech, the metal coffins, it almost makes you look at your life and wonder what you're doing with it. I'm truly...
That speech has actually, like, impacted my life profoundly within the last few years.
Wow.
Specifically, like, well, yeah, because, like, not to get into,
when
like...
you're cleaning shit off mirrors at the school?
Well, no, realistically, it's like... For that, but like, because like I text you guys. Jesus Christ, this is amazing. I love this. Oh my God. Be prepared for the amount of violent drunk text you're both getting tonight.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, wait.
Oh, my God.
All right, go ahead.
I haven't laughed that hard in a long fucking time.
Fucking dumb bastards. I love you guys.
I'm sorry, go ahead. All right.
When you work for people who are fucking ungrateful for you, find the best way to fuck them back.
Wait, you take off during times when you have the real shitty jobs that are really important?
Dude, it could be like the fucking next day could be like an important day. I'll be like, hey, suddenly I don't feel good. It's a fucking Monday. Whoops.
Perfect. It's you against the system.
That's the thing. It's like against the system. Fuck them, man. You know?
Yeah. No. I'm all for this. Listen, like Bodhi said, the money's insured. It's not worth dying for. So I don't care about banks and big corporations. I'm not like anti-capitalism because that's how the country grows. That's how we all do well.
That's how humans are surviving.
Right. So I'm not against that at all. But I'm not worried about it like when people boycott somewhere or if they steal from a bank. You're taking our money and you're giving us what, 40 cents a month interest? You know what I mean? Like, so do I really care if somebody steals $100,000 from you? We're owed that anyway.
Bodhi even says in all the heists, he says your money's insured. Don't worry about it. We're just taking the cash. Like, you're fine.
Yeah, until you got those two idiot cops at the end of the movie. So how about when Bodhi says, don't worry about this guy. I know exactly what to do with him. And the very next scene, you see the shadow of hands and a gun pointed at Johnny's face while he's sleeping. Did you think that was Bodhi that broke into his house and he was going to...
The first time I saw it, absolutely. I didn't expect to see Tyler standing there with a gun.
And I love how later on in the scene when he's sleeping again and the doorbell rings, that pillow is still on the bed and all the feathers are behind him too. Did you notice that? He didn't even
No, I haven't picked up on that.
He didn't even clean it up. So she goes, you lied! And all this other stuff. And she goes, just tell me, did your parents die? And then she's like, tell me. And he's like, they live in Columbus, Ohio. I do bank robbery. The people are after are surfers. I needed you at first, but then she's like, fuck you.
How would the neighbors not be like, yeah, there are gunshots fired next door? Like, what the fuck?
Neighbors. The movies that we watch, the neighbors are never on top of shit.
There are none.
Yeah. The neighbors just don't hear anything. Just think of like we tapped on earlier, the devastation that she felt to find out the one thing that made her feel like she found her kindred spirit, and all this growth they had together and all the surfing and her friends and how he accepted all her friends and they warmed up to him so much. This seemed like a heavenly relationship. And she found out it was all bullshit.
Yeah, that's...
Well, yeah, I mean, she just felt like she was completely lied to about who he actually was. So, that would, for sure, that would fucking suck.
Right. Yeah, there was a deep-rooted connection in tragedy, and it shows up later in the film in a way. We don't have to get that much into it, but when she runs over to him at the end, do you feel that they stay together? Like, when he saw him at Bell's Beach, do you think he was still with Tyler?
Yeah, that's, I don't know about that.
I would say yes, except if Tyler left him because he was so obsessed with finding Bodhi, and she was like, I can't deal with this shit, I'm done. Other than that, I would say yes, they're still together.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good insight. Yeah, maybe.
That's why I'm here.
Well, then even when he asked him, he's like, oh, you've been surfing every day? It's like, where are you finding you're still tracking this guy. Where are you finding the time to surf every day? That's
what I was wondering. When he said every day, I was like, I actually pictured, like, so when he gets off work, he goes and surfs. And I'm thinking, like, wait a minute. What about when you trace him to Baja?
That's the thing. So, yeah, at the same time, it's like, has he been working the Bodhi case for the entire year since? Like, he hasn't had anything else to do?
Yeah, like, he wakes up in the morning in, like, fucking Fiji at like 6 o'clock, and he's like, well, I need to go after Bodhi, but I got to surf first.
Right. I'm wondering that too.
Right.
Yeah.
He became obsessed. So the doorbell rings exactly like before, only Tyler's not in his arms. He walks over, and it's a completely different tone than it was the first time.
Even with the lighting.
Yeah, I had never paid attention to that till you sent us that text the other night. It's the same shot, but the tone and the characters, the lighting, everything completely different.
And it's funny because like they show like Roach he's like third in line, and because when he has his hair down, like he's like looking like this.
And he just kind of moves over from Gromit and he like waves that weird wave.
Yeah, he just like and then knowing obviously what we know, he's fully capable of being a fucking evil psycho. Like, ugh.
Yeah, the first time there was friendly chatter. Like they said, it was a carefree feeling. No one was really... Their focus was not turned to Johnny exactly. They just turned and looked at him when he opened the door, and that's about it. This time it's darker. Everyone is somber, and none of them have their backs to Johnny. They're all just looking straight ahead. It's totally different.
It's like maybe 15, 20 minutes between the two of them.
So what do you think about, like, Bodhi being a wise ass and saying stuff like, hey, what'd you do, cut yourself shaving? Like, is it a thing where I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that you know? And, like, if we're doing this, why are they both not saying anything?
Do you think it's 100% that Bodhi knew that Utah knew it was him? Because Bodhi had his mask on that whole time.
Right.
So was there still a little sliver of doubt in his head, and he was still trying to get away with it?
It's such a fine line. Like, the one thing I think for me that is definite is Bodhi definitely knows that it's Johnny. Obviously, like,
well, yeah,
they all.
I'm
Yeah,
just trying to play devil's advocate here.
No,
yeah, he forgot his Clinton mask when he was shooting at their car. Yeah.
It's almost like he doesn't want to believe it.
Well, it leads me to my next question: Is Johnny Utah out of his fucking mind to go skydiving with these guys when he knows that they must know it's him, if it is? Because, like we said, he wasn't wearing a mask. Would you get in an airplane with these guys at this point and jump out of it?
No, I mean, I would never go skydiving just with people I trusted in general. No, but I wouldn't go with these guys. Fuck that.
So when those guys pass the chutes around to each other to prove that it's packed properly or whatever, did you guys notice anything strange about that scene?
Yeah, Johnny ends up with the same pack he started with. Are we going to jump or jerk off? I love that line.
Yeah. They're going to have a circle jerk. Just like at the showers. So they jump off this plane, that like somber, ominous tone, like when they're at his house. It just kind of leaves them when they're like doing the pack thing. Like they're in a better mood, like, no, Johnny, you don't want this one, man. How about this one's a neck breaker? Like they're totally not in that same vibe they had when he answered the door earlier. Do you think it's the effect of the anticipation of the jump and the skydive they have ahead of them? Like, is that just took them out of that whole?
Yeah, like the adrenaline of it all. Like you feel like they're just dudes having fun together, and you just forget all that, and it like kind of like makes me sad knowing what comes after.
Right, it disappears, and they actually have seemingly a good time with Johnny again.
Right, yeah.
Like it's almost genuine.
Yeah, like just some of the shit, like when they're all jumping out and the things they're saying, like Roach is, this is fucking beautiful.
I'm glad you brought that up. I have that in my notes. So this is what Roach says. He says three things, and the first thing he says never, clicked with me. He says, sex with the gods. I guess I never understood that line before, just kind of the way he says it. It just didn't sink in when he was saying, but I had the subtitles on. He goes, sex with the gods. You can't beat this. This is fucking beautiful.
Well, it's almost like he's so high, literally high up, that this is the closest he's going to get to that, literally having sex with gods.
Excellent point. That makes sense now. And Gromit's got flippers on.
Yeah, I know.
Did he think they was going to fucking land in the ocean?
Well, they did.
Oh, shit, you're right. But he's the only one that had him on.
I feel he just seems like just such like a goofball clown that he probably just puts them on just like whatever. Yeah, like.
And Bodhi's like doing that spinning torpedo thing where he's just like rocketing through the air. That's pretty cool looking.
Is this also when he does like the back part? He's like doing like the abs squat crunches, and he's like flipping himself around too, doing like basically gymnastics in the air. Oh.
And Utah does that.
When his teeth are sticking out, he was like a dork. Yes. That's so great.
Oh my!
But that really does fit his character, and
I mean, he's completely caught up in the moment at that point. He's forgotten everything else.
Oh yeah, they all really forgot, and that's what I'm saying. And the reason I bring that up is because it's so true to life. Like it just adds another layer of depth and lived-in quality to this movie, and genuine. Because any idiot writer would be like, okay, so now these guys are still mad at him, so they're going to do a speed star and not include him, or they're going to do this and blow him off and not even tell him how to do the shoot or whatever. Like they would make it, they'd be Captain Obvious about it. But in this, they do what probably would really happen, and I think that's what strikes all of us, that we don't even realize that's why it strikes us. There's just something so real about this.
What the fuck is a speed star? I thought it was a quote they use in this movie when he goes, "You're a speed star," and I thought, well, that's weird because he stars in Speed 3 years after this.
Oh my god!
That's the first thing I thought of as soon as he said that, dude. He fucking saw the future. You're a speed star.
Wow. That's fucking holy shit.
How strange of it that those guys want to kill him right now, yet they kind of let bygones be bygones for this drop. Yet Johnny goes and holds Bodhi's hand, and they have this one last moment, like true buds, and he then kind of ruins it by saying, he goes, all right, 1,000 feet, pull the cord. And he goes, after you, Alphonse. And he goes, pull the cord now. And he goes, and then he said something else that he won't do it. So he just showed that he does not, that Bodhi is not the same to him as he was earlier in the movie. He doesn't trust Bodhi. He feels like his chute still won't open. And that's on him for jumping out of the plane still, if you feel that way.
Straight, you didn't have to do it. Yeah, you didn't have to do it to begin with.
If you know you're going to break up with someone and you're having sex for the last time, you don't want to come first.
This is I know more of a raw form of analogy.
We've never talked more about jizz in any review than this one.
Oh yeah, we had the facials earlier.
Yeah, there's a jizz-filled review, guys. We're young, dumb, and full of cum on this review.
Oh, yes! See, it all ties together.
What was the point of what Johnny was doing? If Bodhi pulled his chute, did he think he was going to be able to hold on to Bodhi's hand while it just came to an abrupt stop? Shouldn't he have pulled his own chute first, and if it opened, then just let go of Bodhi, and then if not, you hold on to him? Otherwise, what's the point of what you're doing?
Probably.
Well,
See,
yeah,
I don't.
true. I never thought about that.
So it showed Bodhi that things were different between them, like I said, and he knows that interaction would have never went down if this happened a week ago, if they were jumping a week ago.
So they land in the ocean. Johnny goes, Jesus Christ, I gotta be losing it. So he had blue jeans on. Have you guys ever had jeans on and then, for whatever reason, rain or whatever got them soaking wet?
All the time.
It feels absolutely disgusting.
It is the fucking worst.
The only thing worse than having on wet jeans is like wet socks.
Yep. Well, that's like
wet. When you get jeans wet, they get so heavy and they just feel so gross on your legs.
Yeah.
That's all I can think about every time he goes in that water.
I thought of that actually today. That's really funny you bring that up because I was just paying more attention to just random shit and like being out in snowstorms, like at work, having to like do the snow blowing and it's just wet, heavy rain, and I come in and it's like I got wet everything and it fucking hurts. Like it hurts.
Oh, it's awful.
It's just so disgusting. Yeah, and I'm like, how would he even be able to be comfortable after that? Like, ugh.
Were you guys ever at a concert and you were wearing shorts and you couldn't go to the bathroom and then you had diarrhea run down your leg and fill up in your socks?
No, did that happen to you?
Oh no, I was just wondering.
No, but let me tell you a story that happened to me real quick. I just realized what you were saying.
Where did that come from? That was so quick.
I was just wondering. What happened?
Okay, so this is a true story. Back in 2003, I was at an outdoor Marilyn Manson concert in St. Louis, okay? It was in October. I had on jeans. Pretty close to the stage, only like 2 rows of people ahead of me, and there was no seats. It was just all, standing. I had to piss so fucking bad. It was not even like halfway through his set. So I was like, fuck it. I just stood there and pissed into my jeans, and I guess some of it went through my jeans and hit the guy in front of me because he whipped his head around and looked at me, and I just looked away like nothing was going on, and he didn't say anything, but I totally pissed my jeans, so I didn't have to go to the bathroom and lose my spot because I was fucking hella close to the stage.
That must have been a hell of a ride home.
Oh, it was dry by then. It was...
Oh, even dry piss stinks, dude.
You're right.
I've definitely like never done that, but there was, I think one of my friends was telling me a very similar situation to what Chris did, where he was just like, one of my friends like shit himself because he didn't want to fucking lose his spot.
Oh my
now
God.
that is totally different than
Yeah.
pissing pants.
How did this come from a guy jumping in the ocean with jeans on?
Wet jeans, wet jeans.
Guys, no offense. This is my life, Monday through Friday. Can we talk about something else? I work with a guy who does this. I want to feel like I'm not at work right now. Thanks.
Listeners, one of these days we're going to do a few bonus segments, and Alex is going to tell you about this guy that he works with. That's all I'll say.
God, please. Can he please?
I should like just write in a ledger everything he does every day.
It's unbelievable.
It would be the greatest show that nobody ever believed.
I'll Photoshop the poster for it with that tent and everything for you.
Everybody just picture driving down the road and seeing a pop-up tent in the middle of the road, and then imagine someone sitting in there shitting inside of it.
So Bodie. Bodie. What is happening here? This is supposed to be a Point Break review.
You definitely got Alex good with that, Chris. We did that little fast laugh. That was good. Got Alex good laugh.
Yep. Anytime he gets a fast laugh, we got him.
He immediately shows a video to Johnny of Tyler and Rosie fucking. No, I mean, sorry.
Oh, I know. It's so hot. He's got that knife to her throat. Jesus.
And he tries not to spill any cum on his shoes. I'm sorry. No, we gotta refocus. See, that's what happens, guys, when you're like the fourth show into a month-long segment. I can't believe we haven't stopped.
Marty, I'm on my second meatball sub almost.
I know. We're eating the second meatball sandwich. And my lemonade's long gone. And I pissed into that cup that I drank out of. So he shows Rosie holding a knife to Tyler's throat. Even with her with a gag in her mouth, her voice still sounds scratchy and weird, like Dottie from Pee-wee's Playhouse or Pee-wee's Big Adventure. She sounds like, she sounds like a Rugrat, like that girl, right?
Right, yeah, yep.
She has that weird voice that turns Chris on for some reason.
I wouldn't know. I'm 60. I've never seen Rugrats.
Have you seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
1,000 times.
Dottie is the voice of the Rugrats.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
She is a wild one, isn't she, Special Agent Utah?
Fucking dead man!
Whoa, hold it, man. Think it through, man. I'm the only one that knows where she is. I'm the only one. So let me talk. Talk. She'll be fine. Rosie won't do anything as long as I meet him at a certain place in time. 6 hours from now.
You call him right now and tell him to let her go!
Sorry, I can't do it, bro. They're on the road. And where they're going, there are no phones, so you are shit out of luck. Oh, man. I hate this, Johnny. I really do. I hate violence. Don't you see that's why I need Rosie? I could never do that, man. I could never hold a knife to Tyler's throat. She was my woman. We shared time. But Rosie is a mechanism, you know? Once you set him in motion, he will not stop. He's like got this gift of blankness. But when 3 o'clock comes, he will gut her like a pig and try not to get any on his shoes, and there's nothing I can do about it unless I get there. So I guess that makes us partners. Because we both have the same goal, to get me where I need to go, right?
He's still looking for sympathy from Johnny to show that I'm not really an asshole, dude. You just happen to be a cop. Listen, I liked you, but you're FBI, and you're about to blow up our spot, and I can't let that happen, bro.
Yeah, I just like how when Utah's like, call him and tell him to let her go. He's like, sorry, can't do it, bro. They're on the road, and where they're going, there are no phones, so you are shit out of luck.
You are shit out of luck, so let me talk.
But when 3 o'clock comes, he will gut her like a pig and try not to get any on his shoes. That's why I say I'm Rosie in this movie. I would bitch.
It was funny, like when I noticed that line really a lot this time, I was like, he's got this like gift of blankets, like, yeah, he's a fucking psychopath. Basically just it.
Right.
But this to me is what I'm noticing more on like kind of analyzing the character of Bodhi. He's kind of like he kind of thinks of himself as this like, not necessarily holier than thou, but like he seems like he believes that he's not doing anything wrong. Like, and just him doing this by also like kidnapping Tyler was his plan, but he's putting all of that on Rosie. But it's like he doesn't really see him as being the villain here. He still kind of puts Rosie as like, well, he's like, again, like calling him a mechanism is like, you're still at fault here, which I think is like funny. Like he's just so,
you winded him up and set him in motion.
Right? Yeah, like you're still the whole creator of all this fucking mess.
That's like saying the gun killed people, not the person who pulled the trigger.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's
right,
like,
exactly.
No, that was you who did that. So it's like, and it's funny because earlier in our review, about 3 hours ago, Ghoul, you said that Bodhi doesn't think of himself as a bad guy or something, and I go, well, I don't think he ever was. Throughout the whole movie, I said things went bad, but no, I think looking back, I think you're right. This is his bad guy moment. Obviously, this is probably the only thing he's doing bad besides, I guess, robbing banks, which is what it is.
Even at that, honestly, I agree with his robbing banks mechanism. Like,
yeah, his robbing banks is just like a fuck the system kind
exactly. Yeah, I got no issue with that.
I don't mind. Yeah, this is kind of the equivalent. It's a lot worse, but it's the equivalent to what Johnny did as a bad guy, which is lying to Tyler about his parents dying.
Right.
That was pretty scummy.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
I mean, and Tyler keeps getting the brunt of these men's...
Oh, yeah.
She keeps getting the brunt of it.
And she's the one person who's the only innocent one in this whole thing.
Yeah, she does absolutely nothing wrong, but she keeps getting fucking screwed.
All I'm asking for is 90 seconds of your life, Johnny. That's it. See? It's basic dog psychology. If you scare them and get them peeing down their leg, they submit. Yet if you project weakness, you draw aggression. That's how people get hurt. You see, fear causes hesitation. And hesitation will cause your worst fears to come true. So it's simple. You project strength to avoid conflict.
Peace through superior firepower.
He wants Johnny to rob the bank with them, but there's no mask in the bag for him, and they give him an unloaded gun because why?
Can't have you walking through those doors with your dick in your hand, right?
Chris would say, I have no problem with that.
Alex would walk through the doors with his hands like this, going, pow, 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 like on the Commando show.
Yeah. Oh, my sound effects?
Yeah. Like a fucking 7-year-old playing war in the backyard. Hold on, real quick. I like when they pull up to the bank, Roach in full Nixon goes, "I'm ready." That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Gets full character, man.
Yeah, that, and I also do. I do love
like
when
he
Bodhi
just fucking completely turns into someone else.
So I have a point about Roach later on that I got to get to. Even I might have already said it, but we've been going for so many hours. It's crazy to think.
I can't do this. Sure you can. Who knows? You might like it. It's a killer rush.
Bodhi, this is your fucking wake-up call, man. I am an FBI agent.
I know, man. Isn't it wild? But that's what makes it great, Johnny. We can exist on a different plane. We can make our own rules. Why be a servant to the law when you can be its master?
Fucking A! I love this fucking job.
Okay. 90 seconds door to door. It's a small price to pay for someone who loves you. She does, It's not her style to fall so hard. I don't think she did with me.
What do you guys think about all that and still talking to Johnny about how Tyler didn't fall for him that hard? Like, he's still talking to him like they're buds.
Right. Because they are. They formed a bond that was a true friendship. And I think it was hard for both of them just to throw that away in an instant and act like none of that ever happened. It's like getting in a fight, you know, with your girlfriend or your wife. You're going to say horrible shit, but there's still this connection.
Shared time.
Right.
Yeah.
We shared time.
That's what I mean. Yeah, the shared time thing, I guess it applies to all of them.
Well, you know where I think all this comes from on Bodhi's end after the discovery of Johnny being FBI? It's when Johnny does not pump 10 rounds into his back when he's climbing up that fence to run away from him. Instead, Johnny just shoots in the air. And he knows that none of those bullets were even going near him. And he probably glanced over while he was running and just saw Johnny shooting the gun in the air.
I was going to say, how would he know that unless he turned around again and looked?
He saw Johnny aiming it at him when he looked straight at him. He could have shot him at that point when they zoomed in on Bodhi's eyes.
The hesitation alone to not shoot him in that moment was enough for Bodhi to be like, he's not going to do it.
He's not willing to kill me.
Yeah.
That reinforces his kinship with Johnny. And then that's why it still exists. It doesn't go away.
And that's a good point. That's probably also why he knows that they know that I know that they don't, you know, if Bodhi wasn't 100% sure that Utah didn't know it was him, he knew Utah would have fired 6 rounds.
If it was just some random guy.
Right. That just clicked with me right now. But he knew it was Bodhi, and he let him go. So he was like, fuck, he knows it's me. I'm out of here.
Wow. That just blew my mind. I mean, I guess it's common sense, but it's just something you don't really ponder.
Yeah, I don't think I ever really thought about that specific part right there. Why or how Bodhi knew that Johnny knew that it was him.
Right.
Well, sorry, Johnny. Looks like you don't get to be president.
I'm ready. Rock and roll. Everybody freeze!
So they're doing this bank robbery, and everybody always asks, you know, why did they go for the vault? We never go for the vault. In 29 robberies, they never go for the vault. The vault burns time. Johnny talks about it. You're breaking your own rules. So another thing maybe nobody ever pondered is why did he go for the vault this time? What's different about this? Well, the difference is that the party is over. They did this how many years? 2 or 3 years in a row? Or like maybe this is the third year, or is this
this is the third year.
This is the third year. So they have a thing going now. It's kind of their routine, and they know that the cover is blown. The cat's out of the bag. Everyone knows it's them. They can't go renting that house again in a legal way. They can't go to the beach because they could just stake out all the beaches and wait for you guys to show up and arrest you now because they know it's you. And all this other stuff. So Bodhi knows that he will never rob another bank in America again. He will never go to America again, most likely. He'll go to any other place with beaches and this and that and the other thing. But America is over. He needed real money this time. He just can't do the cash registers like last time. You know, it's a totally different game. But that's the reason he did this. Because there was never going to be another June to October. Parties over. Beach parties at Bodhi's house are done.
Yeah, that's a good point. I may have thought about that before, but if I had, I left my brain because this time I didn't really think about that. It's always just like I was almost like, well, he just got caught up in the heat of the moment. He's got Utah with him. This is the last robbery this season. He got greedy. He's like, fuck it, we're going for the vault. But no, you're right. He knew. He was like, we're never doing this again. We have to get every fucking dollar we can get.
Right. It's over. So that does it for Chris, the Ghoul, and myself for part 3 of Point Break Month. This July 2024 on Dead Man's Party. Be sure to tune in Monday, July 22nd for part 4, our final installment of Point Break Month, Or don't complain about
Squat! Squat!
See you next week.